I'm Spencer, and this is The Itch, and I'm here to review the movie Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And this one just came out today, so I just got back from the theater to see it, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. This is a very tough review for me because this is the 7th installment. Technically, so this is the movie after my favorite trilogy of all time, which of course is the original Star Wars trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. This trilogy is already marred by the prequels, 1, 2, and 3, so they've got this big blemish on them. And of course, Disney bought the rights and just released the newest installment, Episode 7. I can't really discuss any of the introductory details, like the plot, how it begins, the setting, any of that, because they've been so tight-lipped about it, and I would feel like a jerk if I just ruined that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say that I don't want to do any spoilers, so all of that aside, I will say that there's a lot of rehashed ideas from one of the other movies. You'll guess it when you see it, but a lot of things that kind of they bring it back up. I'm not sure if it's for nostalgia's sake or if they just want to do fan service, but tons of ideas keep coming back from those. And I felt that was kind of a negative. I wasn't really into that. I think the movie moved a little bit too fast. I think they got the idea that this was an action movie, and I think people get this wrong with Star Wars, that it's supposed to be an action, adventure, sci-fi movie. It's really supposed to be a space opera, where there's a lot of drama going on, and yes, there's action, there's lightsabers, there's blasters, there's guns, there's armies fighting each other, but it's a space opera, it's not an action movie. And that's why it's broken up by long bits of dialogue and character development and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like this movie kind of missed the boat. It went from one action scene to the next and kind of didn't give you a lot of time to soak up the characters. A lot of the characters in it, you including the main ones, don't have a whole lot of character development before they're forced with big decisions. And they make these big decisions and you're like, well, I guess they would do that, but you don't really get into these characters. Some of them are actually better than others, but in general, it's just very difficult. You're just kind of thrust upon them, and I was a little bit disappointed with that. I did like the humor in the movie. They definitely went with a more humorous touch than the prequels did, which helped it tremendously. Star Wars is known to have actually a really good sense of humor, at least 4, 5, and 6 did. The first ones had an okay sense of humor, but 4, 5, and 6 had a fantastic sense of humor. This one kind of carries more towards that. It's not as funny, but it's still there. And it's nice to see that they kind of stuck with that. Another negative of the movie is that the main characters kind of almost took a back seat to the action going on with the original cast. And again, I'm not trying to name any names because the spoiler thing is just huge, but it almost felt like two kids that are running around in like a fan universe of Star Wars. They're like a Disney thing where it's just like, oh look, there's explosions and Han Solo, help me out, and Chewbacca, look at you, and Princess Leia, and all that stuff. It almost didn't feel like they had their own identity. It was like they were just looking at other people doing stuff that's cool. I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't feel right. The special effects themselves were really nice. I like that they toned down the action a lot. If you remember 4, 5, and 6, the action was, well, perhaps because they couldn't go crazy because of special effects at the time, but it was a little bit more subdued. Whereas if you look at the prequels, 1, 2, and 3, the action is crazy and over the top, and everybody's doing flips and spinning around and doing all this stuff, and they toned it way down for this one. It's more like 4, 5, and 6, which was really, really cool. I appreciated that. I was scared that they would go with the more like ninja style and doing all this stuff, but no, the lightsaber duel actually even felt pretty good. You can kind of tell that they're all kind of not as advanced as they were, ironically, in 1, 2, and 3. They're kind of labored movements and just a lot less finesse going on, which I actually really appreciated. I think that's what this movie needed. Now, as far as all the actors' performances, I listed it as my favorite and then kind of descending. So John Boyega did amazing. This guy is fantastic. I think he's got a really bright future, and I can't wait to see him in the next one. There's going to be a next one, spoiler. He was fantastic. Daisy Ridley was good. I need to see more of her. I love John Boyega's sense of humor and sense of drama, and you could see the fear in him. Daisy Ridley was a little more subdued with her acting and everything. Doesn't mean it was bad, it just I'd like to see more of her and see what she's got. Adam Driver was in it, and again, I'm not going to ruin who each person is, but I did not really like him, and that's a bad thing in this movie. I didn't really care for him, and I'm not sure if he played the character because, like as a kind of weaker character for certain reasons, but he just came across as really weak, and I get why they might have done that, but even still, in his position, he needs to be more than that. Oscar Isaac was really good. He played not really a main role, but he did pop up a couple times, and he was really good as well. And of course, you got Han Solo, Harrison Ford, you got Carrie Fisher, and of course Chewbacca. I don't know if that even counts, but you got all these people, and they did fine. Harrison Ford did a really, really good job. Carrie Fisher has seen better days, but she did fine. She didn't do terrible or anything. So that was good. So the pros of the movie, it had a really good sense of humor. I like that. It was nice to see the old cast in there. They didn't just throw them out, which was cool, but could be a negative as well. And I really like the action scenes. I think they were good. The cons, the story was way too familiar territory, and again, I don't want to make any spoilers, so I'll leave it at that. It moved way too fast. This is not an action movie. Some of the characters I felt were a little bit unlikable, and I didn't think they should be that unlikable. Even villains were a little bit like that's not even that cool, or that guy doesn't even whatever. So I thought they need to work on those kind of guys. And this is more of a Star Wars fanatic fan point of view. I almost feel like Return of the Jedi got kind of ruined with this movie. You'll understand if you see it, but there's a big victory obviously in Return of the Jedi. I don't think there's spoiler territory there, and it feels like it was almost all for nothing when you start to see what the other, opposing forces are up to. So kind of disappointed in that. Would I recommend it? I don't think it matters if I recommend it or not. You're gonna see it, so enjoy it. Go to the movie. It's a good popcorn movie, but as far as the fan thing, where I would rank it, I really don't know. I don't know if I would rank it higher than Episode 3, and I certainly wouldn't rank it in the top 3. 4, 5, and 6 still dominate that, so it's a tough call. I'd probably rank it higher than Attack of the Clones for sure, because I absolutely hate that movie. But anyway, tough call on that one. I'll see it again on Saturday. Maybe my opinion will change slightly. Anyway, I'm Spencer, and thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a like and comment below. We do videos including quizzes every Tuesday and a podcast every Friday. Check us out on twitch.tv/thisistheitch and theitchnetwork.com, where you can check out links to our podcast and our friends at Does This Game Suck? If you have any questions or topics for us, email us at theshow@theitchnetwork.com. And don't forget, we do new videos every week.